Okay, so this is the new free family house. I just bought the welcome home furniture pack, but I haven't been inside or looked at anything yet. So there's a little preview of the furniture, but I'll be going through that after I go through the house. So there's this little front area. I like the doors that open, and then there's this elevator area. This downstairs reminds me a lot of the Maple Avenue building. Like it's the same. Although I will say the back porch and the outside are different, and I prefer them in this one than I do with the Maple Avenue. Upstairs on the left, we've got this pretty big room. I like the corner window, and in this one, you also have one, and they're both like, deep set, so you can put stuff on them. This room is really small, but I do like the balcony. Okay, so here's the wallpapers. So these three are the ones from the purchased furniture pack, the welcome home, and then these two are the free ones that come with the house. Why they're showing up in that spot, I don't know, but hopefully you're able to find them in yours pretty easily. And then these are the two floorings that came with the welcome home furniture pack, and then these are the two floors that came with the free house in general. I do like that you get a free grass. So this is all the furniture from the bedroom tab. We got a dresser, and then we got that like clothes hanging dresser, and there's dust in a lot of the cabinets, including the one up there. It's fine. And then there's that blackboard pin board, and I like how the clips stay in place because that can always be annoying. There's that really cute house painting, and then there's that little dresser and table and the green one. I don't know what that thing is though. It's shelving, but it looks like a ladder, to be honest. The beds are cute. I don't love the colors, but I do like how the smaller one is rounded. And then there's two sets of curtains. The white one comes with the welcome home furniture pack, and then the tan one is free, as is this big tan rug. And I forgot to mention a second ago, there's a big white rug that matches, that's from the furniture pack. But yeah, as for this rug, it reminds me a lot of the rug from the Coastal Villa. It's actually like the same design, so that's pretty fun. And then for the bathroom furniture, there's really just not a lot. There's that cobweb, the feather duster, and I really do like this basket with the towel. I really like how that basket's the same one as from the Vacation Pool Villa, just lighter. I do like the bathtub. Yeah, there's not much to say about it except that I like the bathtub. And the washer and dryer in there is cool. My only question is, why does it still have the coin slot? Because it's the same one from the Neat Street apartment, and that was kind of used as a laundromat. But other than that, I do like the concept of it. But moving on to the kitchen, so first thing, this fridge, I really do like how it's split. It is a bit annoying that the inside is split, but the outside having one glass door and one non-see-through door is really cool. I do like these tables down there, by the way. And then the kitchen sink stove counter thing. I like that. There's dust in the cabinets again. And there's that vent for the oven stove. And then this desk, if you flip it around, it's the desk I have in my bedroom. But no, I do like the desk. Yeah. And then these 6 chairs, that big one feels a little awkwardly big. But the rest of them I do like, and I do like how we get that orange desk chair. None of them are movable out of edit mode. So starting off in here, I love that bright green plant in the corner just because green. But then these flowers, that vase is so pretty. And the flowers are really pretty too, which usually I don't like orange, but I like it here. And I also like that lamp, the body, like shape of it's really cool. And then, you can see the background, we got the plant, and we got this couch here, but those lights, man, I love them. I like the clear ones in that shape, but just having the colors, it's so awesome. And those lights I just flicked on, they are cool. I do like them. They just hang pretty low, which is but those boxes, they're boxes. And then there's that floor lamp, that standing lamp, and then there's some acorns hanging above it. And speaking of acorns, there's that little acorn pot thing. Yeah. It feels a bit odd to have those colors, but whatever. And then there's a cat. And then that wreath, I do really like that the wreath is movable, and it's not one that's like a non-editable out of edit mode wreath. Yeah, I just like that. And then there's those pillows. There's a fluffy white one, and that golden one, and then there's that plant and candle set. So they come together, but then when you remove the plant, it doesn't go back on. And then there's this tall wood divider thing, which is interesting. And then there's this rectangular fireplace, as well as that more columny hanging one. And then there's some like multicolored ivy. And then this is the light that came for free. I really do like that light. And then moving on to what's really just art supplies here, except for the sold sign, which I think that's fun that it came with the pack. But we've got this little painted stepladder, paint splattered stepladder. And then so the toolbox and that box I just closed were what were in there, and then everything else I just took them out so you could see better. But yeah, the toolbox just has the hammer, the wrench, the screwdriver, and then the box. And then that big paint box, it's got this paint tray, and then the roller, and then the newspaper, which is open and closed. To get the clean roller, you have to take out the paint tray first, and then take out the roller. As soon as the roller goes over the paint tray, it will become, covered in whatever color paint is on there. Which, speaking of whatever color paint, there are 3 colors. There's pink, blue, and orange, and you just change it by tapping the tray. It cannot paint the wall. And then for outdoor items, there's an apple tree, there's a grill. I forgot to open the wings to the grill, but you can tap it and both sides will come up. Then there's this bench thing. It looks like something you'd see at fall picture day for school. It's a bit awkward, but I don't hate it. Yeah. And then there's this picnic blanket. It's really cute. It won't, sit on anything, which is awkward, but hopefully that's a bug that'll be fixed soon. That's the only place it'll sit. But just keep it open. And then as for the greenhouse itself, there's that sliding door. There's that plant. I like that it's a hot pepper plant. I will say, if you take off all the hot peppers, even if you try to use a watering can, or you throw the hot peppers away, or you leave, you can't regrow them, which isn't the end of the world. It's still a pretty plant. And then you've got this cute potted plant up there. That is a really cute plant. And then I was hoping that'd be a little crumpet thing, but it's not. But either way, it's still a cute little, hidey hole, or whatever you want to call it. And then for the free outdoor items, there is a lawnmower and a sprinkler. That sprinkler's the same from like the farm lettuce lands areas. And then the lawnmower has that little grass animation. Real quick, I'm gonna do my build and come back. Okay, so here's the build. Quick transition. So yeah, this is the outdoor area. I didn't end up going with a kind of fall Halloween theme, just because I had a lot of trouble getting this thing done. But yeah, so this is the entryway. I got some, trick-or-treat baskets there. Got that fall wreath, the acorns above the door. Everything is given kind of a nice toasty vibe, with a lot of white and brown and orange. And try to emphasize fall foliage. And then in the living room, I really try to lean into that mid-century modern theme, despite not knowing what it looks like. But yeah, I tried. Yeah. And then over here you can see the couch, and the little mini backyard. I put some plants and a little fireplace out there, and then the kitchen. It's cute. I don't really have much to say. I do like the grill area, especially with that cart. And then I really do like how I did the backyard. I think it ended up really cute. And then this is upstairs. This is the parents' room. I used a lot of kind of symmetry in the upstairs. It was definitely not to fill empty space. But no, I think it looks good in the end. And then we're gonna ignore how empty the elevator area looks. And then this next room is kind of a homeschool room. So I was kind of thinking, there's parents and then a set of twins. And the twins just, maybe it's a homework room, maybe it's a homeschool room. Either way, it's kind of focused on schooling. And then this is the twins' bedroom, which, yeah, pretty self-explanatory. And then there's this little bathroom. And then there's the outdoor balcony. So overall, I'm glad that there's a new free house, especially one bigger than the old free home. That being said, the furniture pack was $2 USD, and it got you like 60 items, which that's not the best deal. It felt very overpriced for what you got. So the house is free. Even if I don't love the layout of it, it's, it's still a free house. Everyone gets it. But the furniture pack, if you really like it, get it. But otherwise, I would say, don't get it, which is something I usually never say. But yeah, and it had good items to it, but I would not say it's worth $2. If it was $1, my opinion might change. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching.